What to do when you worry too much. Most things grow when you tend to them. Have you ever planted a tomato seed? If you cover your seed with rich, dark soil and water it and make sure it gets plenty of sunlight, pretty soon a little green shoot will appear. If you give it more water each day, the green shoot will turn into a big stalk with leaves and flowers, and then one day a tomato will appear. If you keep tending to your plant, more and more tomatoes will appear. Soon you will have so many tomatoes that you might have to go to the library for a tomato and cookbook so you can learn to make tomato sauce and tomato soup. Tomatoes will appear in your salad, and next to your tuna fish, you will find tomato sandwiches in your lunchbox, tomato juice for a snack, and tomato pasta for dinner. And one day, there will be so many tomatoes that your dad will suggest chopping them up to make tomato ice cream and tomato cookies. All these tomatoes will come from one little seed that you planted and tended every day. Did you know that worries are like tomatoes? No, you can't eat them, but you can make them grow simply by paying attention to them. Many children tend to their worries even though they don't really mean to, and pretty soon, what might have started as just a little seed of worry has become a huge pile of problems that you don't know how to get rid of. If this has happened to you, if your worries have grown so big that they bother you almost every day, then this book is for you. The bad news, as you know, is that worries can go pretty fast and cause a lot of trouble. The good news, which you may not know, is that you have the power to make the worries go away. You do. Keep reading and you will learn how. Grown-ups sometimes call worries anxiety or stress. People who worry a lot are said to be nervous or anxious. Whatever you call it, a worry is a thought that upsets you and makes you feel bad inside. A worry can be a specific thought that makes you feel scared, like, what if Mom forgets to pick me up after my soccer practice? Or it can be more general, like getting a fluttery, sick feeling in your stomach every day before school, even though you aren't quite sure what is upsetting you. Everyone feels worried sometimes. It's normal to feel worried on your way to the doctor if you think you might be getting a shot, or before a spelling test if the words are really hard. Most kids worry a little if they are having a new sitter watch them for the first time, or if they have to walk into a dark room with no lights on at all. Lots of worries don't make sense, though, like worries about monsters, which don't really exist, or worries about no one liking you when you know that kids play with you every day. Whether or not a worry makes sense to other people, it sure seems real to the person who is feeling it. And isn't it nice when a hug or some reassurance makes the worry go away? But some worries don't go away. Kids who have trouble with worries find that their worries get stuck. Even if their mom or dad is always there to get them after soccer practice, even if they aren't due for a shot at the doctor's office, or if they had fun with the sitter in the past, the worries just go on and on. If you are reading this book, you are probably a kid whose worries get stuck. You probably have worries that other people don't quite understand. And your worries probably last longer than other people think they should. People probably say, don't worry about it all the time, but it isn't easy for you to just stop worrying. It isn't easy, but it is possible. Once you learn a little more about worries, you'll be ready to start working on making your worries go away. Seeing or hearing about something scary can make a worry get started. But watching police shows or movies with bad guys can make kids think that something bad is going to happen to them. Sometimes bad things really do happen, like someone dies or parents get divorced or your best friend stops liking you. When something scary or sad happens, or when you hear something that makes you think that something scary or sad could happen, worries can get started. Difficult or disappointing things happen to everyone from time to time. Many kids feel bad for a while, and then they start thinking of something to cheer themselves up. Some kids are good at reassuring themselves and finding ways to solve their own problems. Often kids can talk to someone and then they feel better, but some kids a lot like you, might try to do these very same things and they still end up worrying. Sometimes kids who worry a lot have a mom or dad or some other relative who also worries a lot. The tendency to worry is something you can be born with, just like you're born with a certain eye color or the ability to curl your tongue. Some people think that worries are all in your head, but they are not. If you are a child who worries a lot, you know that worries can make your body feel bad. Worries can cause a sick feeling inside that can make your stomach hurt and make your head ache too. They can make you sweaty and cause your heart to pound. Worries can make you feel shaky or dizzy, like you are going to faint or throw up. Actually, some kids have these bad feelings in their bodies and don't even realize that worries are causing them. No one wants to have lots of worries. It isn't any fun, and it can make your body feel bad. Did you know that worries can cause other problems too? Kids who worry a lot often feel best when they are right next to their mom or dad or someone else they know really, really well. They avoid things that other kids think are fun, like going to sleepovers or playing at friends' houses. Kids who worry a lot have trouble doing things that other kids can do more easily. It is hard for them to get on the bus or go to school or to fall asleep alone. So kids who worry a lot miss out on things that other kids get to do. Even worse, kids who worry a lot find that grown-ups get kind of mad at them. Moms get annoyed when you ask the same worry questions over and over again. Dads get tired and grouchy when your worries make it hard for you to sleep on your own. Teachers get frustrated when you say you need to go to the nurse every day because your stomach always hurts. Well, enough about the bad news about worries. Now let's talk about how to make your worries go away. The first thing to do when you have a worry is to put it into words. You can talk to yourself about the worry, or you can find a helpful person, like your mom or dad, to talk to about it. Then use logic to make the worry less powerful. Logic is when you think about what is really true instead of what you're afraid might happen. Logic is reminding yourself that really bad things don't happen very often. Logic is knowing that even if something that's a little bad does happen, you can get through it. When you use logic, you can make a plan that helps you feel calmer and less worried. Pretend you're a kid who is afraid of dogs because you think they might jump up and bite you. If you're invited to a new friend's house to play, you would probably start to worry right away. You would think, what if she has a dog? Or what if her dog bites me? You might even decide not to go because you definitely do not want to get bitten. Before you spend any more time worrying, try to use logical thinking. First of all, your friend might not even have a dog. Asking about the details and getting answers can save a lot of time and worry. If you find out that your friend does have a dog, you can make sure she knows ahead of time that dogs make you nervous. Maybe your friend can hold onto the dog while you get to know it and see that it is gentle. Or maybe the dog can be put outside while you are there. Sometimes, even when you have used logic and worked out a plan, or even after your parents have tried to reassure you, the worry just stays in your mind. When this happens, it's time to think about tomatoes. Remember how worries can be like tomato plants? When you check a tomato plant every day and water it and look at the leaves to see if there are little bugs to pick off, you are taking good care of it and helping it grow. When you think about worries a lot and talk about them over and over again, you are helping the worries grow too. If you ignore your tomato plant by never giving it water and never checking on it, it will start to wilt and eventually it will die. The same thing goes for worries. If you don't spend time on them, they will begin to shrivel up and go away. If you are a person who worries about a lot of little things, try setting up a worry time. Your mom and dad can help you choose a certain time each day for worry time. Worry time should last about 15 minutes. Your mom or dad will sit with you during worry time and listen to whatever worries you have. There should be no interruptions, no TV, no phone calls, no little brothers wanting to play or big sisters needing help with homework. Worry time is a time to say whatever you want to say about your worries. During this special time, your mom or dad will listen and try to help. There is just one very important rule about worry time. If a worry bothers you at any other time of the day, you are not allowed to spend time thinking about it or talking about it until worry time. If a worry pops into your mind and it is not worry time, imagine a strong box. Close your eyes so you can picture the box in your mind. Make sure that it has a cover and a strong lock. Then imagine yourself putting your worry into the box and locking it up. Remind yourself that you can think about the worries again during worry time, but for now you will leave them in the worry box and walk away. Get busy with something else. If you ask a worry question or tell a worry to your mom or dad and it is not worry time, your mom or dad will tell you to put the worry into your worry box until it is worry time. Your mom and dad will stop answering your worry questions unless it is worry time. They will stop reassuring you about your worries unless it's worry time. This might seem mean. You are going to be feeling worried and your mom or dad will say, "Oops, that's a worry, lock it up in your box," or they will say, "We can talk about that during worry time." It might feel hard to wait, but really it is for the best, because talking about worries and answering worry questions over and over again whenever they come up is like sprinkling water on a tomato plant all through the day. It will actually make the worries grow like crazy. When you learn to put your worries into the worry box to save them for worry time, something really interesting happens. At first you might find that you can't wait for worry time because you have so many worries to talk about. It will be hard work because the worries will keep coming back into your head and you'll need to imagine yourself stuffing them back into the worry box a lot. You will need to keep telling yourself to wait for worry time over and over again. But after a while, you will find that by the time you get to worry time, some of the worries will have gone away on their own. You will open up your imaginary worry box and won't be quite as full as you thought. The silly worries that nag at you, those things that you already know, but just have to keep asking again and again, those kinds of worries will disappear if you stop paying so much attention to them. Your worry time will change a little. At first you will have tons to talk about, lots of little worries. Then the little worries will go away, and you can use worry time to talk about some of the bigger things that might be on your mind. After a while, you will find that there aren't big problems to deal with every day, so you can use worry time to just chat with your mom and dad. Your parents should keep spending that 15 minutes with you, but when it isn't filled with worries anymore, you might decide to call it something else, like talk time. You'll probably notice that some worries pop up over and over again, no matter how many times you put them into the worry box. It's frustrating, isn't it? But guess what? There is something you can do about that. You can learn to talk back to the worry to make it go away. You might already know how to talk back. Talking back means standing up for yourself when you don't like what is going on. Some kids talk back to their parents, and that isn't such a good thing because your parents are there to help you. But talking back to a worry is a good thing, because the worry is just trying to give you a hard time. The worry is being a bully. Use your imagination to picture what a worry bully might look like. Is it a mean, ugly creature with smelly breath and long claws that perches on your shoulder and whispers worry thoughts in your ear? Or perhaps the worry is a dark blob like a cloud person who keeps raining worries down on you. Do you want that bully hanging around? No, the only problem is that right now, the worry bully is stronger than you are. It knows it, and you know it too. But guess what? You can get stronger. You can learn to talk back to the worry. You can learn to not give into it. You can make it get off your shoulder and go away. There are a few things you need to remember. The first is this. Worry bullies think that it's great fun to trick you, so they exaggerate and lie. Worry bullies want you to believe that the most terrible thing that will definitely happen, when really that terrible thing is very unlikely to happen. So keep that in mind. You can't trust a worry bully. In the past, the worry has made you feel afraid, but now you know about worry bullies. They lie to make you scared. How do you feel about that worry bully? Are you mad at it? If you are mad, good. Feeling mad can help you feel stronger. It makes it easier to do what you need to do next. You need to talk back. Turn your head towards your shoulder where the worry bully is perched and tell it to go away. You can say it in your head or say it out loud, but say it like you mean it, in a firm voice. Tell the worry bully that you don't believe it. Talking back to the worry bully is a good thing to do because it makes you more powerful. It makes the worry a little weaker and you a little stronger. Try it again. Tell the worry to go away. Tell it. You can even flick it off your shoulder and imagine it tumbling down to the ground. Squash it with your foot to show it you mean business. Then get busy doing something else.